Me fine?
Yeah, man. Thank you. How about you? Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome.
So
Perfect.
tell me about your day so far.
Oh man, just kind of cruising today. Popped in the gym just to pick some stuff up after my fight. I'm a stay-at-home dad for the most part, first and foremost, so just taking my little girl around, hanging out with her.
And tell me about your fight. You're 1-0 as a professional.
2-0 now. I just
Oh,
fought this
2-0.
past Saturday against John Croak up in Michigan. Finished him in the first round, so now 2-0. Looking to continue my climb and make a splash in the big shows hopefully here soon.
They got to update your record on the websites. I was looking at it. It said you were 1-0. They got to update it
Definitely,
now.
definitely, man. They're slacking on that, so hopefully get that updated soon.
So what inspired you to get in MMA?
I wrestled my whole life. I was a Division I wrestler in college, state champ, all that stuff. And uh, in college, my wrestling program got cut. And it kind of just left a little bit of a void for me. And it was an easy sport to just jump right into. There's no professional wrestling really. So this is what wrestlers do to make money and continue on in combat sports.
And what's your next step in MMA? Who are you looking to fight next?
So next, I actually it's great you brought this up. There's a guy out in Chicago. He beat one of my best friends and teammates, Biagio Ali Walsh. Ronnie Gibbs, PFL, Chicago in April. I think that'd be a great matchup. Him and I are both 2-0 as professionals, coming off submission victories. Both of us undefeated as amateurs as well. I think that fight makes perfect sense, and I think the PFL really owes him another fight.
And tell me, if he were here right now, what would you want to say to him, to his
Oh,
face?
just exactly that. I think obviously he's a great fighter if he can compete at that level and beat Biagio, but I think I'm better, and I think that I'm can go out there and display my skills and show everybody how much better I am.
And tell me about your number one goal in MMA.
I'd say my number one goal is to be world champion. I think that anything less than that, and you're just kind of doing it as a hobby. If you're not here to be the best, then what are you here for?
I like that. That sounds good. And tell me, what does a normal day of training look for you?
Normal day of training. Typically, I get up around 6:30 every morning, just because my wife goes to work, obviously, and that's kind of when the dad mode begins. And then I'm usually in the gym by about 10 or 11 for my first session. Depending on the day, sometimes I'll go back home, pop back in for another lift or training session later in the day, or I'll just run right through and do two back to back. And then just depending on sparring days, Tuesday, Thursdays we usually spar, and then just focus on recovery at night.
And tell me, what do you eat throughout the day?
So my diet's pretty strict. Usually, I'm very very big on animal based foods. I try to stay away from vegetables and stuff. I just don't see the value in them. I think you can get the exact same nutrients in a beautiful ribeye that you can in any vegetable. So why would you rather eat the vegetable than a nice juicy steak? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And tell me about your fight style.
My fight style, obviously, being a Division I wrestler, a lot of people know I'm very grappling heavy. But I've been working a lot with my striking coach, Maki Pitolo, Coconut Bombs, former UFC fighter, just absolute great human all around. But he is really elevating my game as far as the striking goes. So look forward to here soon displaying that. But the fights I've had so far, like I haven't really had to display striking as much because my grappling is so much more dominant than a lot of these guys I've been fighting. But obviously, like if I get this Ronnie Gibbs fight, I know he's going to be a big step up in competition. So I'll probably have to display it a little bit more and then.
And tell me about your rest days. What does a rest day look for you?
For sure. So I actually work at the gym 1 day a week, and that's Saturday. So Saturdays I pretty much just sit at the front desk, and that's my rest day. Sundays we'll go to church in the morning, but usually I'll still hop on the Airdyne bike and get a little bit of a workout in just to make sure we're staying primed for the next fight or whatever might be coming up.
I actually do boxing and I just started wrestling again this year. I used to do it when I was littler and I wanted to give it a try again, so I'm doing it this year.
Let's go. Where you wrestling at right now?
Long Island, William Floyd High School.
Heck yeah, man. Let's go. Well, hopefully I can get out to New York sometime and we can roll a little bit.
Oh yeah, I would like that.
My man, I'd love that too. So, and if you're ever in Vegas, man, let me know. We'd love to have you in the gym.
I would love to be there.
Perfect.
And tell me, who's your favorite fighter to watch a video of to learn from?
Man, my favorite fighter, I think, is every fighter's favorite fighter. Like that's Mads Burnell to me. One of my main training partners, one of my best friends, and just I think one of the most entertaining fighters there is today. I mean, if you look at Mads Burnell versus Adam Borks in Bellator, it got Fight of the Year for a reason in Bellator. The guy just puts on banger after banger. You know, just like I said, just your favorite fighter's favorite fighter.
And tell me, say if you could go back in time right now to your younger self, what would you tell him?
Just keep chasing your dreams and continuing at that what you're doing, you know. I mean, I started wrestling at such a young age and I was always so dialed in and focused on that. I had found great success really young and early. So just staying consistent and really honing in on those skills. And you know, as a kid, I guess maybe I would probably say maybe take nutrition a little bit more seriously. You know, I think a lot of these younger athletes, especially wrestlers, have a bad relationship with food. And I think that if you can get that under control, especially at a young age, that your ceiling's just a lot higher.
And usually I hear in MMA, if you're a good wrestler, it's hard for people to deal with you.
Absolutely. No, I definitely feel that way. I mean, if you go on my Tapology, you can see it's multiple fights booked and a lot of pullouts. I think people a lot of times they'll sign that contract and then they'll kind of look a little bit more into the wrestling base and kind of see a little bit of my accolades and then maybe get a little bit cold feet. So hopefully now that we're getting more fights under my belt, hopefully that kind of goes away and we can kind of just keep the ball rolling and continue to have multiple fights this coming year.
Do you plan on staying busy, getting back in there as soon as possible and
Man,
keep
I would
going?
love to. I would absolutely love to stay busy this year. I feel like a lot of my years have already been wasted. I mean, COVID was about the time I got started, so that kind of put a wrench in everything. And then dealing with a lot of these pullouts this past year has been really rough. Not only on my body, but like my mind too. Just being in that constant mode, ready to fight somebody, and then getting a call the day before that it's not happening when you're already on weight. It sucks after a while, you know. So I'm very thankful that my last opponent did show up, and I would love to be able to continue to be active in 2026.
And tell me about your mindset when you're in that octagon.
For sure. I mean, as far as mindset goes, I always go back to wrestling, right? It's just you versus you in there for the most part. The battle is won a lot further before that fight ever takes place. It's one on the mats in practice. It's one on your diet, but most importantly, man, it's one up in your brain. So keeping that positive self talk. I'm a big believer in Christ, and so I usually just constantly am in prayer in that backstage. But the horse is always made ready for battle. Victory belongs to the Lord, and whatever his will is what's going to happen. You can't really look too much at wins and losses. I just try to focus on performing to the very best of my abilities, you know.
Definitely. And that's all the questions I have for you. I was wondering, you want to add anything else?
No, man, I appreciate you taking the time out of your day too to have me on here. Check out my Instagram at BlakeMonty11. Click the link in the bio, get some merch, and I appreciate all you guys' love and support.
And you got to go check out my Instagram too. The
Absolutely,
underscore
brother.
what's underscore next underscore kid underscore. It's
Let's go.
verified, so you'll see the check mark.
Perfect, man. Hey, I appreciate you. I hope you have a great night, man. Thank you again for everything.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
Nice to have you on.